Next, let's talk retailing and how it's changed. And if you want, there are always lots of reports out there, including this one from Deloitte 2021. So similar to products, retail forms are like product concepts. They change and are adapted over time. The book provides you two ways to visualize how, first, the product life cycle or retail life cycle applies to retailers in terms of how the idea is accepted by the industry and customers and how its market is growing or not. Meanwhile, the wheel of retailing digs in deeper to how this takes shape. At first, new innovative types of retailers enter the market as low status, low margin, low price operators. And if these retailers are successful, more competitors jump in and there's that drive to differentiate. And remember, when we say low prices, this is relative to their offering. Retailers then add services over time and have higher operating costs and higher prices. Then the cycle continues where more low margin, low price operators come to fill in the gap. And again, relative to whatever category they're in. So there can be luxury, low price groups. So this has been used to explain the evolution of department stores, supermarkets, and mass merchandisers. And in this image, you can see how this was used to explain new fast food brands and how they often kind of restart with simple menus again. And warning, this doesn't explain all retailers and all retail forms, so vending machines, convenience stores, the internet, but it's just kind of a way to think about things. But in sum, retailers change, and it can almost be cyclical in how we see retailer variety. And at its core, retailers ultimately change to address customer needs and that wider industry alike. And ultimately, it's our marketing concept in action. How will our marketing strategies create customer satisfaction by addressing their needs? Retail is likewise changing to adjust for changing customer needs and the environment. As these examples show, no single type of grocery store will always be the most profitable, but a matter of, again, what needs are they trying to cover? So now let's get to a few trends. So first, from Deloitte's 2020 report is this fun figure, which shows that the merchandise isn't the only way they make money. For example, retailers like Target, Home Depot, Albertsons, Amazon, Roku, all have their own media networks and media management, where they'll use their data to help other companies market their products. And some are literal in-house marketing agencies. And so if you want, there's more reports in the notes. Next, a few retailer trends. The new norm. First, multi-channel marketing and omni-channel marketing are the new norm. Multi-channel marketing, this is all about using multiple channels or formats, and they're ideally integrated. Organizations now allow and assume you hop from channel to channel, such as web page, email to mobile app, catalog, in-store, and others to get your information and potentially order. Next, omni-channel. This marketing stresses using multiple channels or formats with emphasis on making a very seamless experience. And it's hard to remember, but it was a massive boon and disruption when online channels came to the scene. Web pages were always on, open, and easily displayed a large range of items. Inventory was not as locked into a particular location, lower costs for supporting a location or hiring people. That being said, retail has adjusted with this system, and smaller businesses and brick and mortar centered retailers have begun to differentiate. A major drive to channel integration are computer programs, or sometimes artificial intelligence or AI, they'll call it sometimes. But effectively, machine learning and machine vision help automate data collection and prediction. So you can sort based on keywords, user location, now even images, both you and the customer. And now with AI, we have better recommendations. They can provide timely and relevant content, say with product recommendations, what products to stock at what stores, accounting for seasons, locating products on shelves. And so there's lots more examples in the notes section. For example, Home Depot, this article, fun article about how they have plenty of predictive analytics through the app, behind the scenes in their supply chain, and other things like deciding where to put new locations. And keep in mind, marketers still need to plan who they are designing for and what the organizations actually can or should be doing. And in fact, this link here with John Menard still has a great discussion about how AI can only do so much. You still need to tell and have to know what you'll have it predict and why. And so we see here the trends are powered by the way we can collect, communicate, and use data across more points. So for example, at its core, this example from Kohl's is simply integrating your channel and inventory systems. Can't find the right size or color outfit? Kohl's leverages their inventory beyond any one store by making it easier for people to use their online channel. And so when smartphones and data plans were a lot more expensive, they had kiosks to make sure, excuse me, people had it easier to use. Next, here you can see how GameStop helps you find coupons. And here you can see retailers offer more ways to interact with the brand. Bass Pro Shops has forums, or had forums rather, to encourage its fans to get to know each other and become more committed in the hobbies that tend to cause more sales for Bass Pro Shop. And as you can see, all this is about generating and managing data. So like those we saw before, therefore we continue to see more kinds of touch points. So any interaction between customer and brand. And especially, again, those digital ones. More ways we can help impact that customer. And notice, so this is a digital mapper. We're seeing more ways to personalize. So this constant contact, email templates, personalized catalogs. They were actually a little spooky. And it's easier to be mobile. And a lot of these tools are increasingly accessible to smaller businesses. Next, another major trend is order fulfillment. Data, more agile supply systems, and customer know-how is allowing us more ways to provide place value. A major shift has become how the retailer treats itself as a node, in fact, amongst a larger fulfillment network. And its multi or omni-channel strategy itself, they're making like almost a little cluster of norms within themselves, or not norms, nodes within themselves. And so you can imagine how this trend of providing different ways to get products to the customer has accelerated with the pandemic. So here's an example of Walmart offering multiple methods of how you can get your shipping. Or Amazon, they no longer, it's not just direct delivery, you get pickup by locker. Or how about here, supply chains and digital, how is that data actually interacting? Lots of good information out there, and as we discussed, how to better address our just-in-time inventory is actually just in time. So this is a neat video if you want to see that. Oops, no, I don't want to see that right now. Here we go. So here are some more examples of how retailers, especially online ones, have sought to narrow that time gap between when the customer orders and when they get their product. So Walmart, experimenting with drones. Amazon, partnering with Sprouts grocery store. And it's not just big businesses with giant warehouses or dozens of locations. We're seeing local pickup or partnerships between smaller businesses easing fulfillment. So eBay's app provides an easier way to confirm a local pickup was made. Ultimately, though, a key strategy is the need to differentiate. How is it you provide value better? So as you can see, convenience and transparency in general are the name of the game, that these are still in the rise with customers. And as we see with Spirit and Burlington Coat Factory, sometimes scaling back works. Burlington only sells in person. Their webpage just tells you to go to a store. Spirit, as you can see, no in-person stores, just online. At least for now, until Halloween. And for small businesses, we're seeing a drive toward hyper-local, values-based, and other differentiators to stand out. And so, with that, to end this little retailer mini section, you can look at the channel activity, just to kind of envision and play out channel partnership, and consider the ways it's important to conceive how you're determining and what you're doing with your place value. So, as always, this is purposely vague because the idea is part of the choices you'll make will be based on what assumptions and specifics you have. And so I'll let you play with this, and if you don't worry. Remember, these are always just activities to give you practice and let you try it out, and they're always there for you. But with that, next section, we'll dig a little bit deeper into how retailers set up their strategies and especially things like atmospherics.